Chris, hello and welcome to AERZENtalks. Thank you very much for joining us.
Absolute pleasure.
Really appreciate your time. I want to say congratulations on the partnership. Could you share what started StudioRED and the collaboration with AERZENtalks and Sustain Goal and the region's first climate documentary series?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm a media guy. All of the businesses that I own and operate are in the media space. We started StudioRED a couple of years ago now as a JV with WETEX. They had the space, I had the knowledge and the equipment. We decided
WETEX over in Silicon Oasis for all those. Fantastic. Yeah.
Fantastic location. Really like Silicon Oasis actually. So I do lots of podcasts myself. Wanted somewhere to home those podcasts and film my own ones. And then we started supporting other people to create their content. But the really important part about it and where this partnership has blossomed from is it's not just the podcast, as you will understand. Yeah. It's actually what happens before and what happens after, even at a really tactical level. Yeah. How you prepare the guests, how you talk through what the objective of the content is, how it's going to be distributed, which is something that really excites me about what we've already done historically with AERZEN and what we're about to do as well. Because the distribution of content now and media and the different demographic that you can reach is really facilitated by so many different vehicles now. Social media, the creator economy, traditional distribution of media, TV channels, it's never ending now. And across this region, it's absolutely blossoming in a way that other territories around the planet are not lucky enough to be experienced.
Have you seen big changes and is it each year, is it getting faster and bigger and quicker, or?
Yeah, there's different dynamics happening in the media industry. If you look at broadcasters, traditional broadcasters, there's two main things that sit on their balance sheet, which is the cost of technology and the cost of content.
Yeah.
And the cost of technology is rapidly changing, and always the blend of the tech stack that they need is always changing. And content, hero content, HBO, Disney, that kind of content isn't cheap, and they need it. They need that hero content as well as the long tail content. Yeah. The great thing now with the creator economy, and here in Dubai with the government putting so much into the creator economy through the Creators HQ, is that the quality of productions now that can go out over, let's say, social media platforms, but I'm not just talking about TikTok and Instagram, LinkedIn now is a really good one. And we've worked a lot with AERZEN on that as well. It's a really good way of capturing and creating a professional gravity around the content that you create. And if the production quality is high enough, it engenders a feeling around what your brand represents. And that's what I've really enjoyed so far working with AERZEN as well.
Yeah, brilliant. And I've experienced this, but from your side, how does collaboration reflect StudioRED's mission and the impact you hope the series will have in the region?
I think that what I love every day when I wake up in Dubai is the feeling of what can't I do? It's a place where the undercurrent and the sentiment of existence in Dubai is fueled by ambition and support. And because we're all visitors, everybody wants to help each other with those ambitious projects. Yeah. So the vision for the studio was always to help other people achieve what they wanted to achieve, from someone that's never done a podcast or created content right up to global organizations like AERZEN that are really serious and have got a really distinct sense of purpose about what they're trying to achieve. So when you put both of those ambitions together, you come up with something as special as what we've got with AERZEN.
How will this documentary educate and inspire action on climate change and sustainability in the Middle East?
So, what fascinates me about climate change is that, you and I will probably remember being told at school to recycle cans. We hear about climate change everywhere. But do we really know what it means? Do we know not just a kind of governmental, strategic level within society about climate change, but about the more kind of operational or tactical levels of our existence?
Yeah.
So, again, going back to the content thing, what excites me is the reach of good content and the number of different platforms that we can put that across to reach different demographics. And if we're able to talk about organizations like AERZEN that have just got amazing technology, when and the influence that can have. We give people more proximity and intimacy with what organisations are doing to help save the planet. So if we can get that out across this region, and as far as we can get the content out to, then hopefully it will only help.
And from your side, what's the unique approach that StudioRED is bringing to ensure a series is engaging, insightful, and drives real impact?
First of all, the team that we've got in the studio are fantastic. I really think that the DNA of a successful business is when you employ amazing people and get out of their way. Like a bit of nudging, coaching, support wherever it's required, but let great people be great people. So, on the ground, in the studio, in fact, wherever we're filming, we've got people that will prepare the guests well, make great content, and then behind the scenes, behind the cameras, really know what they're doing. The post-production element as well, absolutely vital. Sound quality, the editing, the treatment that we give, all of that. Most people don't even think about it when they see content. They just see content, but the guys in the studio do an amazing job of that. And then the distribution techniques as well. We touched on LinkedIn. I'm a huge believer, and I personally live this as well on my profile and my businesses. I've got 32,000 followers on LinkedIn. One of my company pages is approaching 65,000. You just imagine when I create a bit of content to try and share a message, that's reaching almost 100,000 people, and they're all very targeted as well. So, if we can penetrate different demographics with everything from what happens before the camera goes on, what happens when the camera's on, creating amazing outputs in our post-production, and then helping AERZEN with the distribution of that and how to farm and harvest the data associated to the distribution, well then hopefully it's a very comprehensive type of service for them.
Lastly, and we always like a little personal question here, what excites you most about the project and the message it will deliver to its viewers, students, and while we're here, industry leaders?
Well, I've got 5 kids. 5 kids. Wow. And, the future of the planet, and I get goosebumps saying this, the future of the planet and what companies who are investing as much as AERZEN are doing affects me at a really personal level. It scares me sometimes when I think about the stuff that I read or see and, the climate change. The thing that inspires me most is being able to work with organisations like AERZEN to elevate their message and get it out there, because the more we can do, the more weight and gravity and traction and momentum we can put behind organisations that are achieving great things. That gives me a personal sense of pride in what we're achieving through the business.
Well, Chris, I want to say it's been a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you for stopping by, and I look forward to more StudioRED visits. And again, thank you very much.